y'all. We're back for another episode, of Leon Paire. And welcome to 2018. I'm Jazz.
I'm Tav, and we have a special guest today. My best friend, my motivational speaker, my personal relationship coach, Bianca.
Woo! Go best friend. That's her best friend. That's her best friend.
Okay, so we started off this year with a new year, new me. I hate it. It's cliche. But what do you think of when you hear new year? Where do people run to?
The gym.
So we have Bianca here to give us fitness tips, her background, how she got super skinny.
Super skinny. She's slim.
Anything we need to know about fitness? I'll let you take it.
Okay. Well, as you know, beginning of the year, everybody runs to the gym. Of course, everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to have that new body. For me, I have always struggled with weight. I have done everything that you can think of. I've done Herbalife, I've done teas, I've tried to work out on my own, but nothing ever sticked. End up seeing a lot of pictures, a lot of videos on social media from friends that went to Reggie Fitness. And I was like, man, they lost a lot of weight. That could be me. I put it off for years, and something said to me, I'm unhappy. Let me go to Reggie C. Let me see what he's talking about. So I went to Reggie C., went to a meeting, and they had all these videos, all the girls losing weight. And I'm like, okay, it's time. So I started with Reggie in May of this year, May of 2017. And it was challenging. It was hard. I didn't think I could do it mentally. I sacrificed a lot of family time, a lot of time, with friends just to do it. As you can see, my before picture, I was ugly.
She was not ugly.
You were not ugly.
I was just
not
overweight.
ugly.
I had just had a baby with maybe 5 months prior. And I struggled. So started with Reggie C, started training, started losing weight. I was like, man, let me get my friends on board. This is something that, they could possibly do, might like, because they too have always, struggled with weight loss and things of that nature. So that's pretty much it. So altogether, I've been with Reggie since May. Lost over 40 pounds. Did small group training as well. Also did training by myself. On my own, working out, going to the gym, and just been really consistent. The main thing is eating. I love sweets. I love bread.
Sugar rush.
Yes, sugar rush one time. I love sweets. I love bread. I love starches, but you just have to cut all those bad habits out. That's the main thing.
Wait, so habits. No sweets, no bread, or cutting back?
Cutting back.
Okay.
Because I still sneak. Go run my butt to Sugar Rush every now and then. But mainly, it's just cutting back. At first, it is hard because your body wants the sugar. It wants the bread. It wants to, everything starches. It wants the soda.
Cheese.
But once you start seeing the results, you're like, okay, I can do this. I can cut back. So, she looks so good.
It's not as easy as Bianca's making it seem. This girl's in the gym 2 or 3 times a day.
Look, so every morning on Snapchat and Instagram, like 5 o'clock in the morning, gym life, and then in the afternoon, right? Like, this girl is in the gym all the time. Now, I do have a question. So I recently cut back, like 2017, I cut back on sodas, and I started drinking carbonated water, like LaCroix's, HEB's versions, Kroger's versions, stuff like that, because I realized that my body wanted the carbonation. Like, I didn't necessarily want the sugar, I wanted the carbonation. So do you think that's a good switch to make?
It is. That is one of the recommendations that I also drink, is that when I'm kind of want the juice or maybe the soda, I'll
have carbonated
water.
Gotcha.
A substitute. Oh, and Crystal Light Drops.
I love Crystal. She has me on Crystal Light Drops.
They're good.
And green tea. What's the name of it? Yogi Detox Tea.
Lipton Green Tea Yogi Detox Tea.
Yeah, that's always good.
You drink them hot or cold?
Hot.
Okay.
And green tea, it works.
It'll wake you up.
No, the detox tea.
Oh, the detox
tea. Works.
Is it like smooth move?
Smooth move you to the restroom. That type of smooth.
Well, there's that. Okay, so I got back in the gym. Well, I became more health aware in 2017, and I got back in the gym. And life happened, and Harvey happened, and I kind of fell off because I had other things going on. So work got hectic. I was traveling more. Do you have any tips for people who have fallen off and they don't want to necessarily give up, but they don't know how to get back in? And two-parter. How do you keep up those workouts as you travel? Because you do travel. Like, we went to Essence Fest together this year.
Not only that, she has a whole family.
She has a whole family,
kids.
yeah.
She has work. Like, how do you maintain
that?
Going to the gym twice and 3 times a day, and you have all this going on.
And then cooking for your family, too, because you're not just cooking for yourself when you're talking about eating. Yes, you're cooking for kids. You have small kids.
Yes, picky eaters.
Yeah. And a husband who has a strenuous job. So he can't just be, beets and carrots.
But he did get on board to eating healthier. He did get on board. I think he saw the change and was like, let me get on board. So I cook for me and him now. I meal prep. But no, it really is hard to fall off because, like I said in the past, I have worked out and I fell off. I'm like, man, this is just not for me. But if you take too much time off, you'll lose that drive. Mm-hmm. Like, I have taken off maybe 2 or 3 days. I think the most I've taken off is maybe 5 days. And I'm like, oh no, I gotta go back. I gotta run back. Mm-hmm. But it's always good to give your body a rest. But I know it helps. I try to motivate my friends and try to motivate others. Sometimes you need that accountability. Gotcha. So if you have somebody there in your ear, like, go, go, go. Or, I try to check up on my friends. Hey, are you going to the gym? What's going on? Because everybody needs that accountability. I did not have that accountability. When I started with Reggie, I had that accountability, and seeing other people in my shoes, it helped out a lot. Gotcha. Staying consistent. Now, I will say this. When I'm on vacation, I do not diet whatsoever. I pick out and eat whatever I want. I don't monitor so much what I eat, but I just have fun. If you're on vacation, you're trying to balance that, just have fun, but don't get too off track of your goals because it'll put you back even more. Right. So have fun, but don't just be worried about too much about a diet. And so far with my family, like I said, shout out to my husband. He decides to live a healthier lifestyle with me. My kids, on the other hand, they are very picky. So they eat all the good food, and I'm just there struggling trying to cook. Wishing that I could eat it too. But we have our days. Like I said, I don't always just be so strict about what I eat. But for the main part, I am very strict.
Gotcha.
My thing in the gym is staying focused, like tunnel vision. I'm always thinking, like, who's watching me? Who's looking at me? Do they have a private women's gym? Look at him over there. Oh, look at her over there. So how do you stay focused? Like, how do you keep, like, I guess, focused on yourself?
I stay focused, like I told you. As soon as I get out the car, my headphones are on. I'm focused, listening to music. I download my music prior to going. I have my playlist going, and my mind is focused on me and my body and my goals. I used to be that person that was like, ooh, is this person looking at me? Ooh, they think, oh, what is she doing in here? Is she too big? Everybody starts somewhere. So just stay focused, get your music, do what you can, do 30 minutes at a time, and just stay focused all together. Just stay focused.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you have to get your mental health right?
Elaborate some more as far as...
Like, did you have to speak with somebody? Like you said, Reggie C is like an accountability person. Does he treat you as far as in like he's your therapist when you're working out, where you can tell him your issues, or you have told him your issues previously of what happened as far as you trying to lose weight? Did he kind of like go through it with you, counsel you?
I will say this. He's very open, so you can go to him, call, message, whatever the case may be, and speak to him about any issues or problems that you have, because he always knows that all the women that go there, they have started somewhere, have some type of issue. So he's very open in regards to communication.
I think so. To piggyback off what you said, I think therapy or mental health is a big thing. Like, a lot of people, when they do New Year, New Me, it's typically, I'm going to run to the gym. Right. Not a lot of people actually say, hey, you know what? Let me make sure that I'm not calibrated, but let me make sure that my head is on right. So a lot of people don't think, you know what? Let me actually get a therapist this year. Or actually, let me find a psychologist this year. Or if you need medicine, let me find a psychiatrist this year and actually work through problems.
Right.
And not just, oh, we'll take it to Jesus. Oh, well,
Pray
on it or whatever. Especially within our community.
Right.
The Black community does not
believe in therapy.
well, yeah, it's not, it's seen as, oh, you crazy. Or, oh, she just a little crazy. No, like, that's not, no, especially when there are answers for this and there are ways to make sure that you are whole and healthy, like round,
right,
all the way. So yeah, I think therapy is a big thing. I have been going to a therapist for years. I mean, you know that.
Right.
I feel like I've talked to you about that too. And I feel like with exercise, it's starting somewhere. So when I first started going to therapy, it was once a week to get used to my therapist,
right,
and 2, to get to the point where I was conditioned, where I am now, where I'm conditioned, where I only need to go once a month, or if I'm having a particularly rough time, or I just need an emergency session, I'll go twice a month. But you have to condition your mind. You have to get rid of past hurt. Like, I feel like people bring baggage with them, not just weight-wise, but like mentally wise, right, from the previous year into the new year. And what better way to start the new year than to get yourself, seek out mental health, or seek out mental help.
Everyone needs an unbiased licensed professional.
Yes.
Everyone needs it.
Unbiased licensed, say it again.
Unbiased licensed professional.
Yes. You don't have to go see Pookie and them around the corner. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure your best friends are great.
Mine
but
is.
your best friends are often people who are like you, and they're not unbiased.
Right.
So as much as my friends are not yes women, they are a lot like me, and they can give me great advice, but that's not their profession. Right. And I don't want my relationship with them to always be, girl, let me tell you about this mess, or girl, let me tell you about what I'm going through now, because that gets draining on friendships.
Right.
And people have lost friendships over that. Like, there are people whose phone calls I don't pick up because every time I pick it up, it's always
an issue. Woe is me.
Woe is me. And I'm not paid to deal with that.
Unbiased, licensed professional.
Bless. So, do you watch? I think I think the media is really pushing towards, at least Black media is pushing towards acceptance of mental health now, and getting mental assistance for mental issues now. I don't know about you, but I'm still watching Empire. Are you still watching Empire?
I'm not.
You're not watching. You fell off? Okay. So, Andre, the oldest son,
right,
has bipolar, if I'm not mistaken.
Schizophrenia.
And schizophrenia. I think he's bipolar schizophrenic. And I love how they've been addressing his battle with it, or I don't want to say his battle, but I love how they've been addressing how he's been dealing with it, and how they're showing him actually being proactive about it, like going and getting his medicine recalibrated, going in and making sure he's seeing someone for it. I think seeing positive representations like that will at least start the conversation.
Right, correct.
Because that's all we need. All we need is someone to start the conversation and say, hey, you know what, maybe this isn't too bad. Maybe me going and not just talking to someone, but actually doing the work to sort through my past issues. We won't have so many people out there with daddy issues. Right. We won't have so many repeated issues throughout generations within the same family. So I'm hoping that this year, when people say new year, new me, they actually think of mental health,
right,
as well as physical health. Because what good are you to have a great body
if you don't have a great mind? Come on, right. Jasmine.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Now that we're on health, let's speak of financial health.
Woo, come on. Bless.
New year, new me, new car, you want new mortgage, you want new trips, you want new babies. Right. What are you doing to prepare for your financial goals? What are you saving?
Well, me personally, I still have my multiple savings accounts and multiple checking account, honestly. Checking account. Anyway, words. Well, that just means my check is split a few different ways. That's all that means. Same check, just split a few different ways. This is kind of new year, new me. I started a new gig this past month, and
gig.
I got a new job, y'all. I got a new job, y'all. So I started a new job this past month, and I made sure that when I did all my onboarding and got set up with W-9, all that good stuff, W-4, that I had my check split up the same way as I had it split with my previous company, to make sure that I'm still doing my short-term savings, still doing my long-term savings, and making sure that I know what those savings accounts are for. It's great to have a savings account, but you need to know what you're saving for. So whether that's a house or whether it's a new car, or whether, so you're not getting a tax income card every year.
not the paper plate crew.
Not knocking them. But if you're a part of the paper plate crew every year, that's
Something's
a problem.
wrong.
That's a problem. Because what's happening between the previous year to now that you need another new car?
Repo.
Come on. People stump for the gram and get in over their heads.
Right.
But yeah, so me personally, I'm saving for my future kids. I of course have my long-term emergency savings, my short-term emergency savings, my travel fund, and then my checking accounts to pay my bills and to do what I need to do. So know what you're saving for. Set goals for yourself financially. Set short-term goals as well as long-term goals.
Right.
And reward yourself for accomplishing those short-term goals. I think people get so hell-bent on accomplishing those long-term goals that they're not realizing the hurdles that they're accomplishing, like that they're leaping over now. So, you saved $1,000. Reward yourself for saving $1,000. Go buy yourself a cup of coffee. You save $5,000. That's great. Reward yourself for that. Right. It's great to have 20, 30, 50,000 saved up for whatever goal, but reward yourself as you're making those milestone points, or as you're hitting those milestones. I have big trips coming up this year, so my vacation fund needs to look a certain way before
it needs to be cushy.
They come up. Right. So, I'm going to Thailand in May. We're going to Jamaica in June. Aruba in August. So, Essence in New Orleans in July. So, accounts need to look a certain way before then. And as a result, those will be my rewards, essentially. So
now you talk about splitting your check, your primary check, different ways.
Correct.
Now, your primary check can run out. Let's talk about your side hustles. Everybody, I think, now needs a side hustle, whether it's blogging, whether it's doing hair on the side, whether it's giving fitness tips, like I'm trying to encourage this girl to do because that's her calling, whether it's designing stuff, which I'm trying to do.
Come on,
everyone needs a side hustle.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. We are the generation of 1099s with companies like Uber, like Postmates, like Favor, like Uber, like all that. We are the generation of 1099s. We are the generation that no longer needs to have traditional occupations to be successful. You can create an app and retire at 23. You can get rich off Bitcoin and say F it to the world at 30. You can be a brand ambassador. Exactly.
See how Fashion Nova is blowing up.
Come on. So you don't have to go down the traditional path to be successful anymore. So definitely make sure that there's a work-life balance. You don't want to have people like, oh, I got 7 streams of income. No, bro, you got 7 jobs. Like that's
you're Jamaican.
A job is only one stream of income. Like you want to make sure that you have residual. You want to make sure that you have. Whatever you want to do, whether it's real estate, whether it's investing, whether it's whatever. If you want to have, I say you definitely need to have multiple streams of income. You need to have passive streams of income as well as your streams like your job. My blog is a stream of income, and that's my side hustle. It's a hustle that I was passionate about before I monetized. And since I've monetized, that passion has only grown.
And just to hop on your blog, how did you get that started? Because a lot of people don't know. I know, especially for me, when I first heard about you starting a blog, I was like, what, a blog? You make money? That's cool. Okay. Tell me more information about it.
So it started off as an online diary. I had a different blog before this one ages ago, and I'm not going to tell y'all the name of that because I'm hoping that stays buried in the internet. But I started this one in 2011. I didn't monetize it until 2015, I think, 15. And that was only because it took me realizing my self-worth and realizing the worth of my blog to say, you know what, I can make money off of doing this. I can do that. I can sell ads and I can do sponsor posts and all that stuff like that. it's knowing your audience. Well, one, finding your voice,
Right.
knowing your audience, gaining the respect of your audience, and getting them to trust you. Because at the end of the day, companies are realizing now people buy from people they trust.
Correct.
So word of mouth can go a whole lot further than a commercial.
Yes.
A campaign, like a media campaign with 10 bloggers, can go a whole lot further than a billboard. And brands are realizing that. That's why you're seeing more and more Instagram sponsorships and Snapchat posts and Facebook posts and stuff like that, where people are having sponsored posts and sponsored blog posts, or sponsored shares and sponsored blog posts. And I mean, I have no problem doing a sidebar with you and helping you get started on that. I actually wanted to do something this year. Tawari was actually pushing me to do something this year about
seminars.
Yeah, like getting up
Blogging
and
seminars.
talking about blogging. I definitely will look into it.
You
I
are.
might,
Nice.
yeah.
You
I
are.
think I want to do something. Maybe not quarter one. Maybe probably closer to quarter three of this year, and getting up and just.
No, you booked and busy in quarter 3. I'm gonna need you to push it to quarter 2.
No, I'm booked and busy in quarter two. I'm going to do it. Quarter two is really busy. Quarter three would probably be best, where even if it's just like a chat and or like a coffee and chat about blogging or whatever like that, but letting women know that you have a voice, use your voice,
Correct.
especially women of color. Use your voice. We're underrepresented in a lot of media, and our spin power is power. I mean, it's huge, absolutely powerful and huge. So use your voice and let these companies know that, hey, I can reach an audience.
Right.
You want me. You need me.
I like that you brought up knowing yourself, finding your passion, finding your voice. To me, that's like building a relationship with yourself.
Definitely.
Creating this, I guess, atmosphere for yourself. Understanding that you need to love yourself, you need to take care of yourself. Like I said, building a relationship with yourself, cutting out toxicity, negative energy, letting people go. To me, I said I was going to retire this girl bye in 17, but it's literally girl bye to anybody who's getting in your way. Girl bye, boy bye.
Right.
I think it's time to love yourself and start something new within yourself.
Right. French, I mean, it's not just for romantic relationships. I think it's in friendships too. You have to cut out toxic people and toxic things from your life if you want to grow.
Agree.
Correct.
Like the Bible says, put away childish things. So I'm
Come on, Pastor Jazz.
Bedside Baptist.
My thing is, how do you cut off toxic relationships when you've been really close to somebody for a very long time?
Say no. I think we first
Easier
have to
said
start
than
with that.
done, though.
Well,
It is.
so I think for so long, especially as Black women, we are expected to be the backbone and the pillar and to just take it and go with it. You got to learn to say no. That was one of the first things my therapist went over with me. Say no, and that's it. You don't have to explain why you're saying no. No is a sentence. No is an answer.
It is, but I believe it's just so hard, especially like she said, if you built up a relationship with this person and this person is there for you, through thick and thin, it's not easy. It's not easier for you to say no than you think. That's just me. I know that you build up that tolerance where you can say, oh no, nope, not gonna do it.
Right.
But for me, it's like, oh no, well let me think about it.
How they
let
gonna
me weigh
feel?
on.
Because
Exactly.
I'm real
It's
big
not about their
on-
feelings.
they're-
Because
I
at the end of the day,
am.
you need to care about yourself more than you care about them. And understand that people are in your life for reasons and seasons. Not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. Not everybody is meant to be in your life. They're not. Some people are meant to be in your life for a season. Some people are meant to be in your life while you're growing to something, and then you thank them for the blessing that they've been in, or the lesson that you've learned from them, or however they've contributed to your life and to your growth.
Right.
And you move on.
Well, what do you have to evaluate that? How do you know
When it's time.
when it's time? When is that season? And what is their reason for the season?
You get uncomfortable. Lovey wrote a post. I think she wrote a post. Someone wrote a post recently about getting comfortable and being uncomfortable. When it's time, when growth happens, whether it be physically or mentally or whatever, you get uncomfortable. When you're growing, when you lose a tooth as a child, when it starts to grow in, it hurts. When you break an arm or you break a bone or whatever. When it starts to grow back, it hurts. Whenever there's any kind of growth spurts, growing pains are a thing. It's not just physically. It's mentally and emotionally as well. So you get uncomfortable, and when that happens, you know it's time to change. You know it's time to let go of the people or let go of the things, not necessarily people, let go of the things that have been holding you back. Because you can't bring it. I mean, yeah, you want to get on and you want to put everybody on, but in reality, everybody can't be put on.
Everybody can't go with you.
Everybody can't be put on. You want to go on, you want to get on and take the hood with you, but you can't take the whole hood.
Right. But is there such thing as being comfortable, getting comfortable with your uncomfortableness? Is that a such thing?
That is. The only constant is change. And once you realize that, I think you'll be able to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
I ain't mad at that, girl.
So, just a thought.
Therapist.
Since we're on relationships, I talk to Jasmine all the time. It's time for bae season. I text her this last week, like
bae season.
like Jasmine, it's time. How do you know when it's time to be in a relationship? And I'm gonna ask this for the married person. How do you know that it's time to be in a relationship?
Ooh, when it's time.
Well, how long have you been with your husband?
10 years? Almost 10 years. We've been together, been married. I started off young, so that might not be a good point. But I think as you get older and once you become established with yourself, career-wise, I think that's how you know, okay, it's time to settle down. It's time to be in a relationship. And I commend you. You too. Take your time and really just to get to know yourself. Have fun dating. Have fun being out there with different people. Not sleeping around, but just dating different people.
It is okay if you want to sleep with different people. It is okay.
No.
Be safe.
Yeah, be safe.
But it is okay if you want to sleep with different people.
You're tired of being lonely.
John,
Paycheck won't keep you warm. Let me stop. But no, it is okay. Like I am a big proponent of positive sexuality. Like I'm not a fan of slut shaming. I'm not a fan of people saying, not to say that you were slut shaming because you were not, but that old way of thinking where people are like, well, you need to make sure that you got to make sure. What is it? A lock that can be unlocked by any key is bad, but a key that can unlock any lock is a master key. All that where guys can go out and do stuff and girls can't, I don't believe in that. Right. I say make sure, one, that you're both consenting adults. Consenting adults, where the consent is verbalized.
Nowadays, I think
both parties understand, especially in what's been happening recently. And two, just be safe. I mean, be safe.
Have to.
It's okay to date around.
Call me old fashioned and I'm stuck on tradition. I'll wait.
Until you're married?
You're waiting until
what?
Okay.
You'll wait? What was that?
No, I have to know a person. Like, I really have to know a person, and not just for a couple of months, but for a year. I really have to know a person who I'm dealing with before I just make that intimate step with you.
And that's fine. Everybody's different. Right. But I'm just saying there's no wrong way to do it.
Right.
That's what I meant by what I was saying. There's no wrong way to do it. Just, whatever makes you comfortable. Be safe. That's my thing. Make sure you get tested, y'all, please. Top of the year, bottom of the year, all throughout the year, get tested. But yeah, Dewari was saying recently that she thinks it's bae season. Bae season. And I think that it comes, I think Bianca was right. So one, being comfortable with yourself, because you need to love yourself and be comfortable with yourself if you want anybody else to do that.
Right.
But as far as knowing when it's time to, or knowing when you're ready to do it, I think it's when you find somebody you're ready to spend in your life, or someone you're ready to start sharing experiences with, or someone you're ready to continuously share experiences with.
And we ain't talking about sharing where he got Ronkeisha and Jada, where you got to share with them too. We saying,
exclusively sharing experiences.
Yes, monogamous, because nowadays and age, it's like almost like polygamy. Everybody thinks that you're supposed to have like a side chick or, a backup person, but find somebody that you can share with in a monogamous way.
If that's what you both want.
Right.
If both parties want monogamy, then find somebody who you want to be monogamous with.
Right.
And make sure that's ironed out. Like, don't expect somebody to know that, ooh, you know what? You my boo, and you haven't said anything. Or you expect exclusivity, and you haven't expressed that to them.
True.
And you're big on that, right?
I'm big on that. In fact, I'm big on we're not exclusive until we discuss it.
Right.
I'm very big on that. So some people assume that that's it from the jump, and I'm like, no, we're not exclusive until we discuss it. So until then, I'm free to go have coffee, do dinner, travel with whoever I want until we discuss exclusivity. You shouldn't get your feelings hurt.
And you brought up a good point. Have you watched the Netflix series She's Gotta Have It?
I started it. I'm like,
So
you have to get into it.
So good.
You
yeah.
have to get into it.
So
You talked about
Nola
that.
Darling,
It's
like she
very-
said, until we have this, go
Because
with her.
she got rules for days.
She does. She
And
does.
It's lined out.
Yep. And I respect her for that. Have
She
your rules
reminds me
lined
of
out.
Jasmine. That she reminds me just of her.
Nola Darling. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this is definitely a great time of year to start talking about these. Like, start holding yourself accountable for your health and wealth at the beginning. Set those goals from the beginning. Do your vision boards from the beginning so you have something to look or to reference throughout the year. You know?
Right.
That's good.
So speaking of motivation and like all that good stuff, we still want to do bump, bump, bump for this episode. And we had a few songs that are motivational for us. And I use that term loosely.
Very
because these songs are all over the board as far as genre and message go. Tavari had a really good one. What was yours?
I'm blessed, Charlie Wilson. I just heard the song the other day, and my son was like, I'm blessed. My teacher plays this song all the time. And so I was taking a listen to it. I was like, oh, I love this song. He's basically just saying he's blessed in every aspect of his life. If he's waking up, he's blessed. If he's going to sleep, he's blessed. He's thankful for his wife, he's blessed. So I really love that song.
It's a good song. It's a great message. It's absolutely a great message. Uncle Charlie's been around in the game for a long time. He's come a long way.
Right.
So, I mean, this is not only a song for him, this is also a testimony.
Absolutely.
So it's a great track. It's definitely a great track to vibe to. T.I.'s on it. Y'all know how I feel about him. I mean, I love him, but
What's wrong with T.I.?
no, I absolutely
doesn't like
love
his
T.I.
extra
I don't like his
vocabulary.
extra. I don't like
Okay.
his penitentiary
What'd you say?
vocabulary.
I'm about to say.
But I love T.I. Like 2006 T.I. That was
Oh, yeah.
my boo. Like, I mean, come on, the trumpet on ASAP, just a lot of just great. But yeah, T.I. is on this track and he's doing his prison vernacular on this track. So we'll go from there. One of my motivational tracks is the exact opposite of that one. Mine's more of a gym track, or like I need to get up in a good mood. It's No Hands by Waka Flocka, Roscoe Dash, Wale, and whoever else, and company.
And company. FYI, she didn't know who was on the track.
I mean, it's a good song, so it gets you moving. Like, it makes you want to.
It like you say, look my
No hands. She said, look my. I mean, just ROSCOE, Mr. Shouty, put it on me, please. Like, just great. It gets you moving. So this is a song that I put on when I need to get that extra boost in the gym.
Okay.
It's a song that I put on if I'm having like a sluggish morning in the office and I need a little bit of boost. It's a song that I put on to put my makeup on too. I mean, it just gets me moving. Now, it's not the best message in the world, but it's catchy.
and it gets you moving.
And it gets you moving. The beat's driving. Now, the other one that I really, really love it's another one of those where the message probably isn't the greatest. It's not a bad song. It's just the message probably isn't the greatest, especially for it being a motivational song. This is it's from my childhood, and it always reminds me of my childhood. It's You're Not My Kind of Girl by New Edition. You're not my kind of... Like, they are essentially telling this woman, I don't like you. Like, they're telling this woman, I don't like you. You're not my type. Stop chasing me. All that. I mean, and they're being very direct. They're like, look, I'm sure you're a great woman. Anybody will be proud to call you theirs. just not me.
That's a cut down.
It's a cut down. It's cut down from underground. But it's a great song. Shout out to Tamara for that one. It's a great song, and it's it's just as old as me. So it's on their Any Heartbreak album. My mom used to play that album all the time, and the song it stood the test of time. Like, you got Johnny Gill killing it, Ralph Tresvant killing it, like the dance moves from the video when they were at the concert. I mean, just great, just great. They did a clip of this. Well, they redid the video on the movie that they put out last year, and I forgot how great the video was until I saw that clip in the movie. Right, I was like, oh my gosh, like. Great song, great movie. I really hope that movie wins some kind of image award.
I hope they tour this year.
I need New Edition going tour. Yeah, we get those and Hamilton. So if anybody knows anyone who's selling Hamilton tickets for Houston,
hey, that's coming at the beginning of the year.
It's coming out in April. Anyone who's selling Hamilton tickets in Houston at the Seraphim Theater. I think it's the end of April through early May. Please holla at your girl, please. So yeah, I mean, I feel like the year's off to a good start so far. Do you have any affirmations to get us through, to get us kicked off?
I'll do my affirmation last. What's your affirmation, Bianca?
I go. Go ahead, Jazz.
So I know you do not like the new year, new me.
I hate it.
I know. I like new year, better me. So I don't necessarily have to be a new version of me. I want to be a better version of me. I'm not competing with anyone else. I'm competing with myself. So my goal is to be better than a better me than the me I was yesterday, a better me than the me I was last year, than I was 5 years ago, than I was 10 years ago. Someone, I'm not going to say who sent me this, but someone asked me a question, and they were like, if you live to be 90 years old, would you rather have the mind of a 30-year-old or the body of a 30-year-old or the mind of a 60-year-old?
Come through.
And I said that I would preferably have the mind of a 60-year-old because I want to have grown mentally from 30. I'll be 30 this year. I don't want to have that same mindset forever. So I know I will be old. You're old too. You're ancient.
Oh no.
But I don't want to have that same mindset of a 30-year-old for the rest of my life, especially at 90. Put away childish things. Not to say that I'm childish now, but I want to have grown by the time I'm that age. So what about you? New year, better me.
I'm going to turn to the ratchet portion of the book. My affirmation is definitely safe sex and paychecks. No, make sure you stay paid, but make sure you stay protected as well. Everybody needs to go get tested.
Please.
Everybody needs to get their income up.
Yes.
So that's definitely my affirmation.
And make sure you get all the blood work done. Like, don't just settle on the
HIV test.
Right.
Like,
get all full panel, please.
Bianca.
Mine would be stepping out on faith.
Oh, amen.
Always stepping out on faith. That's faith. That's for me. That's what I want to do. So.
Okay. Well, did y'all have anything else, or were you all right with wrapping up the episode here?
Yeah, I want to thank Bianca for coming through. Hopefully you won't be a stranger.
Yeah. We'll have to have you back. We'll have you drop in and keep us accountable for our weight loss and our health goals. Yes. So, once again, I'm Jasmine.
I'm Tavaria.
And I'm Bianca.
And
we
want to thank you for listening to this episode of Haute, Paire. Y'all have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.